Do you know the size of one angel? Rabbul Alameen has various sizes for these angels. When Angel Jibreel opened its wings in the horizon, the entire dunya became dark. Sittu mi'a janah, 600 wings on Angel Jibreel. 600 wings. One angel. 70,000 ropes. And each rope has 70,000 angels. وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمَ. Rabbul Alameen comes down. Then the angels come down. Then Jahannam is presented. يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ مَا يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ وَأَنَّى لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. On that day, when you see Rabbul Alameen and you see the angels and you see Jahannam, then you will remember the facade and the corruption that we used to do on these lands. وَأَنَّى لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. What benefit does this remembrance gonna bring to you? It brings no benefit. When you will see Rabbul Alameen and you will see the angels and you will see the Jahannam, Rabbul Alameen is saying, then you will remember what you used to do in this dunya. But then how much benefit would you benefit from this remembrance? يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي قَدَّمْتُ لِحَيَاتِي. Mankind will go in a state of regret and say, I wish I used to share that fly and bring someone to listen to Bayan. I wish I used to tell the people not to commit crimes. I wish I was obedient to my parents. I wish I was truthful to the Ikhwan and tell them I can't make it, sorry, find someone else. Why tell him yes and then you lie? Wallahi, on that day you will be reflecting on so many crimes. Rabbul Alameen says on that day he will punish the people with a punishment that only Rabbul Alameen knows the type of punishment. يَوْمَ يَقُومُ الرُّوحُ وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ صَفًّا لَا يَتَكَلَّمُونَ. يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا. On that day, no one, everything, the angels will be in lines. Not helter-skelter everywhere. In rows. يَوْمَ يَقُومُ الرُّوحُ. Angel Jibreel wal malaika. And every one of the angels will be in rows. Rows, wallahi, look at this. Rows on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. In lines, like the lines we sit in here today. Look, we're sitting in lines. In our salawat, we have to stand in lines because we're standing before Rabbul Alameen in this dunya. You stand in lines not by default or choice. You stand in rows because it's an order. On the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, people will be in lines and rows. Angels will be in rows. No one speaks. No one is allowed to speak. No one is allowed to speak except by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever he speaks, he only says the haqq. Because if he lies, then his hands testify. I used to hold this mouse and I used to have a go at pornography. Your hands will speak for you then. Your feet will say, Rabbi, I took him to the dungeon where he committed fornication. So then you can doubt your hands then. Your limbs will testify. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that your limbs will testify? I used to commit the crime. I testify that he committed the crime. I testify that Fulan ibn Fulan, Muhammad ibn Muhammad, I testify, Ya Rabbal Alameen, that he committed the crimes. Rabbal Alameen says in the surah that is called the ways, Ma'arij, the ways of ascent. سأل سائل بعذاب واقع للكافرين ليس له دافع من الله ذي المعارج تعرج الملائكة والروح إليه في يوم كان مقداره مقداره 50,000 سنة فاصبر صبرا جميلا إنهم يرونه بعيدا ونراه قريبا. They ask you about this day. Oh Muhammad, they're asking about this day. Tell them this day is inevitable and there is no one to save them from this day. They ask you a question concerning the torment about to befall upon the disbelievers, which no one can avert. From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ways of the ascent. The angels and the ruh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ascend to him on a day, the measurement of 50,000 days. What's the length of this day? 50,000 days. 50,000 sana. Every one of us will be raised with the people that we know. We will not be raised with Adam. You will not be raised with the people of Noah and Moses. You will not be raised with the people of Isa. You will be raised with the people of this place. Because these are the people you have to give accountability for. And when you come in the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, some of us will come in the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah and we will be the bankrupt one. Companions asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what's the bankrupt one? He entered upon them and says, Atadruna man al-muflis, do you know who is the bankrupt one? They said, of course, the man who has no wealth and no money. He says, Innamal muflisu min ummati. The bankrupt one from this, my community, my Muslim nation, the bankrupt one is one qad ya'ti wa qad bi salatin wa siyamin wa zakatin. He comes with full records of good deeds. Salah, fasting, and charity deeds. Wa ya'ti wa qad shatama hadha. He came while he's backbited so and so, he slandered him. Wa qadhafa hadha. And he ill-treated so-and-so, his friend, his relatives. He backbited and he ill-treated. وَأَكَلَ مَالُ هَذَا. And he took the wealth of so-and-so. وَضَرَبَ هَذَا وَسَفِكَ دَمُ هَذَا. And he spilled the blood of so-and-so. وَأَكَلَ مَالُ هَذَا. And he took the wealth of so-and-so. So many crimes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, for every crime that you do, your deeds will be taken away from you. You will have to give fulan. Each one of those individuals that you oppressed, you will have to give them that reward that you did. Imagine you're so clever. Imagine you're so clever that you're tuplat. You're wicked. Wallahi, you, mashallah. You don't miss your salah. You smell like a Muslim. You read Quran. Ramadan you never missed. But look how much clever you are. Backbiting, slander, oppression, lying, spilling the blood, buying the dates from the people that you're not supposed to buy from, and you spill the blood of your own Muslim brother. And Rabbul Alameen is taking away your deeds and he's giving it to each fulan. And when your deeds are finished now, Rabbul Alameen does what? He takes their deeds and gives you their evil deeds. ثُمَّ تُرِحَ فِي النَّارِ. Then he goes to hell. Hell is so big, wallahi, from every 1,000 persons. From every 1,999 goes to hell. Bukhari and Muslim.